Hey mamas, it's Ali for Body Love Pilates, and today I am so lucky to be joined by Mel. Mel is in her second trimester with her second baby. She is 21 weeks and she is feeling pretty good, but at the moment she is suffering from a bit of pelvic pain, which is totally normal around this stage of her pregnancy and happens throughout people's pregnancy at different stages. It's often around the time of a growth spurt. Does that feel about right? Maybe? Because you get a flush of hormones to loosen everything up, and it just creates some vulnerability through the pelvis. So what we're going to do today using the booty band, but you don't have to have a booty band, is really try to relieve those symptoms also by strengthening the outer glute muscles. It creates a little bit of force for that pelvis to make it more stable. So we're going to put the booty band on standing up just for safety. So I'm going to get you to hold onto a wall if you're pregnant and you need some support. You need me? She's got it going on. And you're going to step into your booty band and you're going to make sure that it's above the knee joint, but not on the knee joint. That's it. And then we're going to nice and safely come down onto our left hip. Yep. And then all the way down onto your side. So we're not using our abdominals to get down onto the mat, and then safely rolling over onto the back. And because bridging, we're lifting the pelvis up, there's no pressure on the vena cava, so you should feel pretty good in this position and you can stay here for a while. I want you to take your feet almost as wide as your mat, but allow your knees to come together. And then I want you to take your hands on your baby and think about allowing your tailbone to really sink down through the mat, so you're pushing it down through the mat. And take a moment just to find this position. I want you to take an inhale and allow your belly to rise in your hands. And as you exhale, I first want you to hug your baby away from your hands and then push the knees out so they're in line with the feet. And then inhale, I want you to resist the knees as they come together and the belly rises. Exhale, hug your baby and push the knees out so they're in line with the feet. And then inhale, try to resist the knees coming back together. Exhale, hug your baby, push the knees out, the pelvis doesn't change. And then inhale, resist the knees coming together as they fold over one another. Exhale, your leg bones spiral out and come deeper into the hip sockets. And then inhale, you resist as the legs spiral forward and over towards one another. Exhale, they spiral away from one another as if they're a screw coming down into the pelvis. And then inhale, feel your legs fold over towards one another as you resist. Exhale for 4, we're going to add a hip lift. Inhale, close. Hug your baby, 3. Inhale, close. Last 2, those legs working at the same time, spiraling out into the strap. And one more time, inhale, knees together. Exhale, spiral out and hold. Hinge your hips up, lifting and shifting forward over your toes. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, drop your bottom down. Tailbone touches, and then inhale, resist as the knees come back together. So it's an exhale, knees go wide. Inhale, shifting forward, squeeze your glutes. Lower with lots of control, sticking your butt out down to the mat, and then let those knees come back together. So you open and you hold. You shift forward and you lift the hips up, squeeze. Lower down with control, keeping the tailbone lengthening. The bottom touches and the knees come together with that resistance. So push out and you hold. Let's add 2 pulses. All the way up. We're going to pulse the hips up. 1 and 2. Lower the bottom down. And then let the knees come together with that resistance. So open and hold. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Let's pulse 1 up, 2 up. Keep the knees spiraling and out as you drop the bottom down, and then the knees come together. 2 more like that. We spiral out, we hold. We hinge, shifting your shins over your toes. Pulse down 1 and 2. Lower the bottom down and let the knees come together. 1 more time, we're going to stay out there. Open through the knees, shift the shins forward, over the toes and hold it. Let's just take that pulse up and down. If you would like to add on, you can sweep your arms up towards the ceiling. If that's too much for you, just keep your palms pushing down. I want your knees to be spiraling out away towards the outer toes, so those pinky toes. And you're thinking about pressure evenly through the feet. You pulse up an inch and down an inch, and you're taking your mind's eye to where your hamstring and your glute meet. Keep squeezing up and up, and up, and up. In 8, we're going to hold those hips high, and we're going to pulse those knees out to the side. In 7, last 6, we hold in 5, 4, you've got this, 3, embrace the burn, 2, and 1, hold it here, pulse the knees out and out. It might be a tiny range of motion. You're trying to keep those hips lifted. You push those knees out and out and out and out. We're going to go back to our full range in 8, 7, 6, 5, keep going, 4, 3, 2, and 1, hold, take an inhale, squeeze your butt, and then on your exhale, hinge at the hips, drop your bottom down, and let the knees come together, take an inhale. On your exhale, push the knees apart and pause. I want you to hover your hips up just above the mat and pause. Inhale here, then exhale, hinge all the way up, and then hover just above the mat and pause, and then drop your bottom down, and let the knees come together. So we push the knees out, we hold. Hover the hips just an inch off the mat, hold. And then push the pelvis high, hold. Drop the bottom and hover, hold. Drop the bottom and knees together. So you push the knees out, you hold. You hover and you hold. Push the pelvis high, hold. Drop the bottom down, hover. Drop the bottom all the way to the mat and let the knees come together. One more time. Push out and hold. Hover and hold. Push the pelvis high and hold. Now we just go to that hover and then push the pelvis high. Just the hover. And push the pelvis up. So we hover above the mat, stick out your butt, then hug your baby, push it up. For 8, 7, exhale, lift. Last 6, I know those booties are burning. In 5, you've got this, Mel. Last 4, exhale, lift. Last 3, squeeze it up. Last 2, one more time, lift up, hold it here, pulse those knees out. Just one more set. Stay with me. Breathe into it. Embrace that burn. Pain with purpose, you can do this. For 10, we hold. 9, 8, 7, you've got it. 6, 5, keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for the challenge. Knees as wide as you can. Just for 8, 7, 6, 5, we hold in 4, 3, 2, drop your hands all the way down behind you. Allow your spine to melt down, don't rush it. As your bottom touches, allow your knees to come together. Ooh. All right, keep your head down and use your hands to take yourself out of that booty band. Keeping your head down, one knee in at a time. Cross your right leg over your left thigh, and this might be enough for you to take that figure 4. If you feel like you should add on, creep your left hand behind the back of your thigh, and as you hug your baby, hover that leg up and then take hold of it. And then you can just let your legs, maybe you take a rock from side to side, feeling a nice stretch through that right glute. Just for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Hold through the center. Keep the left thigh hugging in as you drop the right knee down, right foot down, and then cross that left foot across the right thigh. Creep the right hand down, grab hold of the thigh, hug your baby and draw the right thigh in using your left hand to support it as well now. And just taking a little swing from left to right, or maybe it feels good to circle, whatever you did on the other side. Just for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Let that right foot come down. Let that left foot come down. And then roll over onto your left side for me, using your hand to push yourself all the way up. And there we have. How did that feel in your pelvis?
Yeah,
good. Good? Yeah. Hopefully that gave that nourishing bilateral movement to the pelvis while really getting that burn on the outer glutes where you need it the most. All right, well, I hope that felt good, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.